Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. I'm sitting up here in my Killmonger shirt, and I wanted to talk about The Walking Dead real quick. They're about to begin their new season next month, or probably around October, and I want to tell you why I had to get off this train. Okay, and basically that's why the title of the video is "What the fuck happened to The Walking Dead?" Okay, now when this show first started, I want you to know I was 100% on board. Okay, in fact, when I met my wife, we actually sat with her iPad in our laps, and I helped her watch the entire first 4 seasons on Netflix. Okay, and we sat there and watched it, and she got caught up. And she's like, "Oh, David, I really want to watch this show." I was on board with Rick and the crew. But after Negan, the show just went to shit. And even before that, it got repetitive, okay? They're doing too much with the walkers, okay? They're doing too much with the walkers. And also, let's talk about the inconsistencies between season 1 and season 2, okay? In season 1, let's start with by episode 3, when they go to Atlanta, when they go into the city, and Rick meets all the people at the in the mall. Remember that? And they got trapped in, and he meets and so when they get to the mall, that's when they figured out. Okay, that's when they figured out that they put guts and blood and guts on them. The walkers don't see them, and that day was only one of like 5 times it ever rained in Atlanta, in all the time they were in Atlanta. Okay, but that's when they figured out that walker guts prevent walkers from smelling you. Once they learned that method, how is it that people continue to die from walkers throughout the series? Okay, this is inconsistent shit. Okay, because if you watch Fear of the Walking Dead, once the crackhead figured out that all he had to do was put walker guts on him, that became what he did every day in Mexico. He woke up in the morning, put walker guts on him, and went to the store. He put walker guts on him and went to go get water. And he never got attacked by a walker because he figured that out. And that was in less than a year. But somehow Rick and crew, depending on what plot they're trying to get across, all of a sudden they forget to do that. And they're still dying of walker deaths. Until that one time, I think when Alexandria got overran and all the walkers were there, then all of a sudden they figured it out. They put the guts on them and they were trying to lead the people out. Remember that? And then the kid got bit anyway because he was annoying little shit. Like the lady's son got bit and carried away and got eaten. I know I was fast forwarding. Let's get back to season 1 and 2. What made me mad, I actually got a candy bar out of this. In season 1, did you notice how the walkers were problem solvers? They were back in Atlanta. They were stuck in the building. They were stuck in the mall, okay? And all of a sudden, the walkers were coming towards the gate, right? They were trying to get inside the gate. At one point, one of the walkers picked up a rock, handed it to the walker in front of him, and the walker started banging on the glass with the rock. I was like, you can kiss my ass if these things all of a sudden can figure out how to pick up rocks and bang on stuff. I was like, stop it. Then there was another scene where they were in an RV, right? And this is still season 1, and they were in an RV, and that annoying woman, Megan, I can't remember her name. The blonde one, she had to kill her sister. Did she end up with Michonne? Can't think of her name. Point is, she was stuck in the RV, and she was in the bathroom. The walker walked into the RV, was walking down the hallway in the RV, heard her, backed up, looked down like he was investigating and searching for this woman. Stop it. I was like, all of a sudden there were problem solvers in this one. Fast forward to the current seasons, last couple of seasons. All of a sudden, the walkers can hear noise. Now, all of a sudden, they can herd these walkers by making random noise. When did that become a thing? And how is it that their own voices don't keep them in a circle? How is it there's still walkers being created? There's only so many finite number of people, right? In Atlanta or wherever they are. Don't you think at some point they can stop making walkers? Because there's only so many people. So why are there so many damn walkers? Let's talk about Rick for a minute. Before Negan came and they got to Alexandria, did you see how Rick all of a sudden almost became the Negan that you would see later? You remember how him and Carol were basically coming up with a way to take over Alexandria? And you remember when Rick was about to shoot that drunk asshole that was sitting on the porch because Rick wanted his wife, and he put his hand behind his back like he was reaching for his secret gun? If it wasn't for Negan, Rick would have became Negan. Okay, Negan put Rick back in his place and let him know that he wasn't as big and bad as he thought he was. Speaking of being a big bad character, let's talk about Carol. As you see in the series, Carol went from a housewife poorly being abused, being mistreated, and totally wrong, to all of a sudden a super commando who can shoot people in ceiling tiles. One of the seasons she was in ceiling tiles and she shot through the ceiling tiles. Remember when they were stuck with the people who are trying to eat them at Terminus? And she saved them by using a firecracker as some kind of missile launcher shit. Like, remember when Rick kicked her out after she killed those people at the prison, and he's like, "You gotta go. Here's your shit. You go." Next time they see her, she's a super like special forces officer. I want the episode. I want the backstory of who she ran into while she was on her own that turned her into this super killer. I'm not talking about her temperament to kill people. She got that when she killed those prisoners. I'm talking about her tactical skills with weapons and arms and that kind of shit. When did that happen? We got a backstory for when the governor left Mayberry. We got his backstory and how he ended up coming back once again. Morgan. We got his backstory when we found out how after he went crazy for having to kill his wife because his wife killed the son and he almost killed Rick, that he became a monk or something because he ran into the white dude who showed him how to use the stick, and obviously the guy with the stick had to die. We got his backstory. I want Carol's backstory. Okay, I want to know how she became the super killer assassin that she is now. That needs to be an episode. Okay, and now Morgan is on Fear of the Walking Dead. I'm like, this show needs to end. All these shows need to end. It's going too far. Okay, you remember when the wolves had the walkers back to unnecessary coordination of walkers, and they had them in these semi trailers, and they played music, and the walkers walked in synchronous like patterns and got back into the semi trailers that they were in. I was like, stop it. Okay, you remember when they went to the trash people and all of a sudden they can't speak English? And my friend Aaron was like, it's only been maybe 6-7 years since the apocalypse. How these people are not unable to speak English all of a sudden? That didn't make any damn sense. All right, and then you find out they're making up their own languages already. How are they making up their own language already? It hasn't been that far. They still should remember normal society. King Ezekiel. How the hell did he come up with his whole kingdom and his own language and that kind of stuff? Like, society hasn't broken down that much, okay? And you see people are leaving. Rick's left. Michonne is leaving. Maggie tried to leave, but her show got canceled on ABC, so she's going to be back probably because, she needed a job and everything. They killed off Carl, and now you're stuck with a whole bunch of people that you really don't give a shit about. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Carol and Daryl, they're riding this shit out. They're gonna ride the show out until it ends. Anyway, I had to get off the train. After Negan, my wife and I was like, they killed Abraham, and I was like, we gotta, and Glenn, when they killed Glenn, we had to get off the train. It was too much. It was way too much. I didn't even see the Whisperers. I mean, I watched it. Some guy, this comic book dude, like he told us about the Whisperers, so I knew they were coming. I was like, I can't do this bullshit no more. But anyway. You still watching The Walking Dead? Why are you still watching The Walking Dead? Let me know. Am I wrong? And the show's as good as it was when it started, or did they get off? Did they fall off the train? Okay, they got plenty of material though. They have plenty of comic book material to work with. Okay, so they can ride this crap out for another 4 or 5 years if they wanted to. But anyway, that's the video. Please let me know what you think. Please let me know what you think of the video. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Try and get the message out, and I look forward to your comments. Thank you very much. Until next time.